Right now, get up to 15% off select storage solutions. Put heavy-duty HDX totes to good use, protecting what's important to you. The solid, impact-resistant design prevents cracking, and the clear base and sides make items easy to find even when the totes are stacked. Find select shelving and tote storage up to 15% off at the Home Depot to organize every room in your home, from your garage to your attic. Visit HomeDepot.com. How doers get more done.
Sierra has all the best active and outdoor brands you need. From athletic stuff, like a full-court pickup game, swish, to athlete-ish stuff, like a half-mile stroll. Get those steps in. And for morning hikes up the mountain trail, good pace. To nighttime ghost stories from the camping chair. What a twist. Whatever level of active, Sierra loves it all. Head to Sierra or Sierra.com for the brands you want at the prices that let you do it all. From athletic to athlete-ish, Sierra's got it.
Study and play come together on a Windows 11 PC. And for a limited time, college students get the best of both worlds. Get the Unreal College Deal. Everything you need to study and play with select Windows 11 PCs. Eligible students get a year of Microsoft 365 Premium and a year of Xbox Game Pass Ultimate with a custom color Xbox wireless controller. Learn more at windows.com/student offer. While supplies last. Ends June 30th. Terms at aka.ms/collegepc.
Zaslow. Greg Cody. Roy Bellamy. Tony Colariu. Chris Cody. Dan Batard.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mic's up, cue.
This is the Dan Batard Show.
Shadows. Come on, guys. Shadows.
What are you doing, man?
I can see you.
We're live, man.
This isn't like we're not. This is me. This is I open the show. Dan's not here today, so I'm in the big chair. This is not the Shadow Show, man.
Shadowing
No.
You're late.
Stop it. This is not the Shadow Show. All right. Good morning, everyone. Look at this crew we got here today. We got Dominique here. He's hanging out the entire week. We got Roy. We got Tony. We got Chris. I don't know if this group's worked together before, all right?
Actually, we haven't.
But we're going to have some fun today. Man, I woke up this morning. It didn't feel right. You know, I woke up on Sunday or Monday, and we get to celebrate Brady Tkachuk. And I wake up Tuesday, and we get to celebrate Giannis Antetokounmpo. By the way, can everyone spell his name? If I put you on the spot right now. Tony, you better learn.
Antetokounmpo.
Best effort. Let's go. Antetokounmpo. Go.
Antek.
Nope.
Okay, already wrong. Chris.
I spelt this yesterday.
Let's do it.
Looked it up and spelt it yesterday. A-N-T-E-T. Shit.
T-O. Get him a T-O.
K-O-U-M-P-O.
Nope. Okay. You missed the letter. Roy, you want to give it a stab?
No.
All right. Dominique?
A-N-T-E-T-O. This is where the K's show up. Kupo. K-O-U-M-P-O.
Yes!
Got it! Shit! In your face! We gonna win today!
Let's go!
Wow. We gonna get a win today, boys!
What a start!
I was one letter off right before he went. But
wow!
Like 6
what
more
a
letters after
Great job!
Arc.
So Monday we get to celebrate Brady, and Tuesday we get to celebrate Giannis. Dolphins, Marlins? You gonna do shit? That's it? The streak ends at 2? You let it just sit out there? We got nothing else to get excited about today? Why couldn't... You were up. You could have done something huge. Marlins, Dolphins, major missed opportunity.
I mean, Dolphins got a defensive piece or something. I mean, I don't know about the Marlins. I feel like the Marlins, you're asking for a lot. They're on this hot streak right now.
Yeah, they won again last night.
They don't want to mess up the mojo they got going right now. But the Dolphins, they need some mojo. They're sending people out, not bringing people in.
What is the hypothetical, Dominique, football player that would have equaled the excitement in this market that we got the last 2 days?
They missed it. They missed the opportunity. It was Myles Garrett. That was it. Like a monster on defense that can change your team defensively. That's the most Giannis-related trade that could have gotten done. Who's an aging guy towards the end of his career who could really impact your team, particularly on that side of the ball. They missed it.
Yeah, Stephon Diggs just ain't going to do it.
I mean, go Terps.
So Garrett's the guy, like he's the guy.
He would have
been on the equivalent of what the Panthers and
he might have said no thanks though. He might have said no thanks if the Rams were on the table.
I'll stay
he might
here.
have said no. Yeah, I'm gonna stick it out in Cleveland.
Like, did we not kind of like when the Dolphins traded for Tyreek Hill, and that was what 5 years ago.
That was the same vibes that we got.
That was the equivalent of what just happened, right? With the Panthers and Dolphins, I think that is the equivalent.
Tyreek Hill was a monster, but it's. I think when you made the trade, no one thought Super Bowl contender immediately. I know you guys made a little bit of a run, and you guys reserved all of Vegas because you thought you were going to the Super Bowl, and it didn't quite work out.
Well, basketball is really the only sport, unless you trade for the quarterback.
Yeah.
Basketball is the only sport where if you trade for the superstar, you can immediately become a contender. I mean, look, you can't just put Connor McDavid on any hockey team. I mean, look, Edmonton hasn't won with him. You can't just put him on any team and all of a sudden they're Stanley Cup favorite. In football, unless it's the quarterback, like you can't just drop Myles Garrett anywhere and now you're a Super Bowl contender. Look at the Browns, you know? And certainly in baseball, I mean, Mike Trout, he made the playoffs, one time? Can't do it baseball either.
I mean, I think we learned from yesterday's reaction that we had and many other people had that it doesn't work that way in basketball either. Like, you drop a superstar on the team, you're not an automatic NBA finals favorite. You become much more I think they're fifth now in the odds based on the way that people look at it.
Which I'll tell you, I think is pretty high. Yeah. I was surprised.
Exactly. So you get the superstar and it doesn't mean that immediately once you got the quarterback in basketball, so to speak, that you are a championship contender.
In golf, it works.
Yeah. You can have a golfer just show up and he could be the best. That's right. That's a good contribution, Chris. I was surprised where the four teams really good. You know, Dominique started the show spelling out the Tecumpo correct, but you may have topped him there, Chris. That's a really good job out of you.
Tennis.
So last night we had the NBA draft. We'll get to all that. Not that exciting, but there's some fun stuff.
Not that exciting.
No, well, excited for the kids who got selected.
I mean, exciting for the people here who live and care about the District of Columbia.
Oh, that's true. That's true. You're a DC guy.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
AJ DeBonsa,
that's
boy.
True. That's true.
And just a big week. We also extended Trae Young, y'all.
Okay, all
championship.
Right.
Good for you.
No, it's not your money, so it's okay, Mr. Leonsis.
I'm just picturing the Wizards owner, all right, we made the big signing. Let me check the news. Let's see what people are saying. Brian Winters, worst contract in the league. Shit.
Right. That's a good point. So, we woke up this morning, didn't have something super exciting. Brady Tkachuk, amazing. Giannis Antetokounmpo, amazing. But the Panthers are stuck in a little bit of a pickle here, all right? And we talked about this yesterday where Dan, I do take exception to the idea that, oh, my God, what are the Panthers going to do in goal? And it's the same thing with Pat Riley, right, where I'm on the phone with my son yesterday, Dominique, where I finally call my older boy, who's see, this is weird, right? Because I obviously, as a lifelong Heat fan, I've watched, the team of my childhood.
Right.
And I certainly remember the day that Pat Riley got here. What a day. I mean, he did make me cry when he traded away Glenn Rice. But nonetheless, I eventually saw the bigger picture. And Pat Riley, to me, is just the greatest, okay? But my boys, especially my older one who's 17, he's like, this Riley never gets anything done. Never gets the guy.
Been listening to Mike Ryan for too long.
Never gets the guy. And it bothers me that he talks that way about Pat Riley. You got to figure my son's only 17. He's born in 2009. He has no recollection of LeBron. He was 5 when LeBron left, So in his mind, Riley never closes the deal. And I'm like, you mother effer. Do you have any idea? Do you have any idea what this guy has done for this city and the deals that he would make and just how cool Pat Riley is? That's my favorite part. I've been watching the Showtime Lakers, the winning time. And I watched with my younger son, and I'm explaining to him. I'm late to the party here. I'm late in season 1, where Riley is still assistant coach, but I'm explaining to my younger one. I'm like, you'll see soon. He's going to be the head coach soon, and like he's so cool, and he's going to have the hair and the suits,
Is there that was an HBO show, if I remember correctly, about the Showtime Lakers. My guess is not my guess. I feel like I remember there's probably a good amount of sex and nudity in it.
Yep.
Watching that,
yes.
A lot of nudity.
Yep.
So much nudity.
Good point. Okay, because it's. I mean,
How do you watch that with your sons? I guess having sons is different than having daughters.
Remind me to get back to the conversation that I'm having with my older son about Riley.
Whoa. He's 17.
No, I'm
not
watching
that.
with
He
the
said the younger
14-year-old.
I have a lot of
That's
follow-ups.
a completely different situation.
I have a lot of follow-ups on a lot of this, so I'm writing down questions.
Remind me to get back to the Riley part, but I'm watching Winning Time it's a great point, Dominique, because I'm watching this with my younger son because he's really into basketball these days, and he really admittedly doesn't know anything about Magic Johnson. Why would he? It's from the 80s, all right? It's 40 years ago. And so you make a good point. Boy, does this show make Magic look like a dog. I mean, he looks terrible in this show, okay? There's so much women. And I mean, good for him, of course, but there's a lot of women. And there's...
Does he know about Magic?
Well, a little bit. And so not only are there a lot of sex scenes, but the sex scenes are graphic.
Oh,
all right.
Yeah.
And, so I'm watching my son, and a couple seconds will go by in the sex scene. I'm just staring forward at the TV, and he's staring forward. But then eventually, after we get
you have to address it.
But then eventually, after we get 5 or 6 seconds, we each will kind of turn to each other, and we'll each have a small little smile on our face. And then we just acknowledge each other. We lock eyes for a moment, and then we go back to minding our business and watching the show. There's a lot of sex in this show. So anyway, so back to Pat Riley, okay? It bothers me that my boys don't know. They don't know that this is the man, okay? And so I like the idea that he has landed this, this whale now, so they can experience the Heat landing that big guy and us getting to play in meaningful games again, be one of the relevant teams again. But back to my original point, so my older son is like, well, I'm worried about what they're going to do as far as filling in the other pieces. And that also brings me back to Bobrovsky here, where it's like Bill Zito and Pat Riley, they've been thinking about these trades. Bill Zito for Brady Tkachuk, Pat Riley for Giannis Antetokounmpo for months. For months. It's not like the trade goes through and it's like, holy shit, what do we do with the rest of the roster? Oh my God, I got to figure it out. It's all mapped out. This is plan A, and this is plan B, and this is plan C. They know what they want to do, and so there is a plan for the Panthers in goal.
But you have to also hold space for the idea that the plan is not going to work out. Especially for the Heat, there's been several year stretch where it seems pretty clear that the plan that they had didn't work out. So I think that's the nervousness. I don't think anyone thinks Pat Riley's a fool and he doesn't have an idea what's going to happen. I think he just recognizes that what he wants to happen is going to be difficult, especially in new second apron kind of atmosphere. I heard Windhorst say yesterday that we might be looking at a couple more cycles of the league year before this team can become what it should become, which is very different than the feeling. When you get a superstar, it's very different than we're the fifth, as far as the odds are concerned, the fifth highest team to win the championship. It feels so weird now to be excited about that and then look at the reality and say, damn, but we still got a ways to go, given that the teams that win are the teams that are healthy and the teams that are deep.
Tony, you know that moment at a party or at a tailgate where everything just sort of clicks?
I know it well. It's usually when I show up. Everybody goes crazy.
Yeah, you usually take all the credit for it, but it's because Tony usually walks in with Cuervo.
I walk in like this.
Yeah. Cuervo is a thing that turns hanging out into this is the night.
It has that effect on people.
It does. You usually take the credit for it, but again, it's the Cuervo effect.
Right here,
it's like that moment in a big game where everyone in the crowd just starts standing up, hooting and hollering. Keep it Cuervo.
Keep it Cuervo, baby.
Folks, you know my dog, Samantha Bennett. We call her Benny. She somehow is convinced that every package that delivers is for her. It doesn't matter what it is. Dog food. That makes sense. New headphones, Benny's package. Tax documents, also Benny's package. If you're a pet parent like me, you already know about Chewy. And when they say they've got everything you need to keep your pet happy and healthy, they're not messing around. Chewy has over 100,000 products from all the brands Benny loves. Food, treats, toys, beds, you name it, it shows up in 1 or 2 days. Which is great because I tend to realize we're almost out of dog food at the absolute worst time. Plus, their customer service is available 24/7, and if Benny decides that she doesn't like something, which to be clear, changes constantly, Chewy's 100% satisfaction guarantee lets me return anything within a year. No questions asked. Honestly, I use Chewy, and you should too. For life with pets, there's Chewy. And right now you can save $20 on your first order and get free shipping by going to chewpanions.chewy.com/LeBatard That's chewpanions.chewy.com/LeBatard to save $20 on your first order with free shipping. Minimum purchase required. New customers only. Terms and conditions apply. See site for complete details.
For 22 years on this show, we've debated the greatest athletes of all time. Who's the GOAT in football? Who's the GOAT in soccer? Who's the GOAT in hoops? One thing that we all know is Dan's the GOAT of finding the worst possible take. But there's another kind of MVP/GOAT that doesn't get enough credit. The friend who knows to show up with enough Miller Lights, plus extra ice. Because they just know. The one who already has seats at the bar when you walk up, that is a Miller Time MVP. I've been on this show long enough to know that Dan is going to make everything about his feelings, and Jeremy is going to push back on whatever I just said. But here's something nobody on this show will argue with. Miller Lite is the summer beer. The original light beer since 1975. This summer, recognize your MVPs. We all have that one friend who makes every game better. Now it's time to give them their moment. Head over to Miller Lite's social media pages to learn more about being a Miller Time MVP. You can pick up some Miller Lite pretty much anywhere they sell beer. It's Miller Time. Celebrate responsibly. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. 96 calories and 3.2 carbs per 12 ounces.
Dan Batard.
Bobby.
Jonathan Zaslow.
Thank you.
This is the Dan Batard Show.
Well, with Bill Zito, the Panthers have $7 million left in cap space.
Right.
And they still have both Cresta and Evan Rodriguez as potential trade bait so they can put more money in the cap space for Sergei Bobrovsky if they wanted to.
So as opposed to the NBA where it's, in most instances, it's a soft cap. Right. Although the Heat, and we can get to that minutia in a bit, the Heat are in a position where they might actually be hard capped. In the NHL, it's a hard cap, right. All right? So there is no maneuvering around what Roy says, where they have X amount of dollars, and it doesn't mean that you could re-sign your own player in Sergei Bobrovsky for whatever money he wants. So that brings me to what we're hearing about Sergei Bobrovsky. And I was on Toronto radio this morning. I don't know if you know, they love hockey.
Humble brag.
They are way into hockey there in Toronto. And so they asked me about Bobrovsky, and I brought up this recent report that we heard down here, actually from Dave Hyde, all-time great Sun Sentinel columnist, unceremoniously was let go by the Sun Sentinel a few weeks ago. Well, he's still out there grinding, apparently, all right? Because he wrote yesterday that Sergei Bobrovsky is asking for 3 years, $42 million, which means $14 million average annual value, which would be a raise from what he had been receiving, $10 million over the last 7 years each he had been getting from the Panthers. And that's obviously not anything the Panthers would be able to give him. They laughed at me when I said that on the phone this morning to Toronto. Like, there's no way that's possible. And it doesn't seem like it's possible, How can Sergei Bobrovsky realistically, and I'm not saying Dave Hyde doesn't know what he's doing. Dave Hyde's all-time great, but I don't know. I got a hard time believing. He's asking for 3 years and $14 million per.
He did win 2 cups with us. I'm just saying, from him and his agent, is he not entitled to a raise?
He had the worst year of his career.
So that's the question. Can you...
Put that high note, Roy. Let's go.
Yeah, can you come off the worst year of your career, You're 38 years old and ask for a raise?
So, I mean, of course, part of it is like posturing, but also I think it gets down to negotiations, and you could do this for anything. It's about how much leverage you have. Like, what options do you have if it doesn't work out? And I'm assuming that based on the way that you're talking about the Panthers' future at that position, it seems like there aren't a ton of options. And they have someone that maybe he wasn't as good as he could have been last year, but he has a history of success. And I'm assuming that he's looking at it like, so what y'all gonna do? What else you gonna do? Right? Like, that's what other options do they have? I'm not saying he's gonna get whatever number it is that he wants, but I'm saying that he thinks that he has the leverage in this situation. I don't know the answer to that question. I'd need you or Roy to make that more clear to me, or Chris to make it more clear to me what
but
the
not
market
Tony.
for keepers.
How do you get that lev?
No, I don't want this from.
How do you get that lev?
Well, it's from your walkaway.
You ever had that lev?
Yeah, that lev a little bit.
What did that feel like?
That lev must be nice.
Got a little lev, feels nice. It felt great. Honestly, it's less about feeling good and more about feeling relaxed. I remember clearly after I got traded to the Falcons, we had our season. I played well. We lost in the playoff game, and I was healthy. My season was over. There was the time for me walking from the field to the locker room where I was like, damn, we could have won that game. We could have gone on to a next playoff game. That would have been cool. By the time I sat down at my locker, that lev hit. Ooh, that lev hit. And it wasn't like a high lev. It was like a, man, like, just wait. Now it's just, we just waiting. And I looked at like what other cornerbacks were available in free agency.
But the waiting definitely sucks, right?
No.
No?
You been on vacation?
It's a great, no vacation. Just sitting at home alone like this. You don't need a vacation. You go on vacation to relax. There's no more relaxed feeling than since I was 6, I wanted to get to a position where I had
Get
that
that
lev.
lev. Yeah. You think? Look at Chris Cody. You just take a good look at him.
Look at him.
You think he'll ever get that lev?
Hold on. Give me a second. Chris look like a guy that could get some lev.
Yeah?
He look like he could get some lev. He look like he can get some lev.
The lev's around.
Every now and then he go. It's hard to
Fist
get
me, Tony.
It's tough to get that lev with lev, though.
All right, now let's look at Tony. Everybody look at Tony. Let's take a good hard look at Tony.
Tony ain't got no lev.
No lev.
Well, I didn't even have to ask. Just straight up, no lev.
Tony is levless. Look at levless Tony.
Oh, wow.
Look at him, levless.
Didn't expect that.
Tony, he presents lev.
Oh, okay.
He like all the time he's walking around like a guy that got lev.
But it's like a poker face.
Sometimes you could trick people into thinking you got that lev.
Oh, wow.
Do I got it? Do I not got it? Who knows?
All right, let's take a good look at Roy. Everybody look at Roy.
Roll it up.
You think Roy could ever get that lev?
Roy don't need that lev. I'm looking at Roy's eyes. Roy don't care about that lev.
Wow.
What better lev do you have than someone's like, I don't give a shit.
Nice. Good for you, Roy.
That is true lev.
Yeah, that's true lev. I mean, that's ultimately what it comes down to when you're negotiating. It's like you look at the guy in CBA negotiations, when we're looking across the table and there's, all right, we got a work stoppage. If they sincerely believe, I don't give a F if I make money or not.
That's how you get
if
that
I
lev.
work or not. If they believe that, they will give you whatever you want. Hard to get that lev. Because most of the time, people care about that.
Nice. So
You got, whoa. We can't lev the whole room and not check your lev.
All right. Take a good look at me, everybody. Everybody look at me.
You got that lev.
You
got
got
that
lev.
lev.
Definitely.
You got to put an application in for it. How do you get the lev? If you don't, for the people out there that
Are
don't
you
have it.
born with it?
Nah. I don't think you're born with the lev. I think the
You can
lev
acquire it?
You can acquire the lev. I think
You got to work for the lev.
you got to work for the lev.
Nice. And we already know Dom. You know.
Man, I had the lev. I'm levless now. I'm levless. Me
No,
and
you
Tom.
got some lev.
We're
You got
leveless.
some lev.
Got a little lev
I
left.
talked to some people. You got some lev.
Nah.
It's humble.
I work at ESPN. I don't got no lev. I don't got no lev. They got the lev.
Yeah, you ain't got no lev.
They and 3 other people in that building got the lev. I ain't got no lev. I'm just hanging out. Hope they don't see me.
But you're like another building, so you got lev in your building.
McAfee took all the lev.
He took
everybody's
So much
lev.
lev.
Sass got
So
some
much
lev,
lev.
man. Sass
Yeah.
got some lev. McAfee got some lev.
Got Norby up out of there, man. That's lev.
Greeny got
Wow.
some sneaky lev.
All right, too many names.
Fowler got some lev.
Wow. There we go.
Herbstreit got some lev.
So it brings me back to Bobrovsky, right? And this is interesting because
Sergei Bobrovsky.
which is it? Do the Panthers owe Bobrovsky, which if he's asking for however much he's asking for, he's essentially saying, yo, won 2 Stanley Cups with you. I was amazing in those runs. You owe me, okay? I'd like the golden parachute here. Or, so do the Panthers owe Bobrovsky? Or is it the other way around that maybe Sergei owes the Panthers? Because the Panthers, they, first of all, gave him the original 10-year, $70 million contract and put the cherries on top of your career, what's guaranteed now to be a Hall of Fame career, where we put a team in front of you where you won 2 Stanley Cups. So which one is it? Like, would the team owe the player in that spot, or should the player owe the team, and hence he takes a little bit less money?
He's asking for double what they have. I mean, that's not enough leverage.
Reported. We don't know. Reported. Seems hard to believe.
I mean, if you're asking about who owes who, like if you're asking me, you're asking the wrong person, because I'm always players. You owe the players a lot more. But I get your point. I think he would say the same thing, is I played the most important position or the most pivotal position in this run. I gave this to you. You didn't give this to me. But it depends. Like, the golden parachute is something, like, we think back to the final years of Kobe's career, where he got, clearly, we're not trying to compete. We're just going to pay you and do this, like, victory tour. That's not where the Panthers sound like they are. They want to compete.
Yes.
And I think that it comes down to the fans in the LA situation where, like, yeah, let's give it to them. Let's ride this out. I don't believe that the fans here feel that way. They got a taste of what it feels like to win. They want to win again. My guess is that, Chris, you're not looking for no golden parachute for Bobrovsky.
Sergei Bobrovsky, I actually fall on the side of we would not have had these 2 cups without Bob. So I am willing to overpay Bob. I don't want to do the Dave Hyde 342, but I do think after winning, I don't care what his save percentage was last year, Roy. Right. He has earned the right to go out with us. I want him to be our goalie next year. I mean, obviously, Hellebuck, you've seen these reports. That would be amazing. He's one of the best goalies in the league.
Oh, yeah.
But
I've seen those reports.
Bob is good for me forever. Even if they gave him, but I would think they would do with him what they're doing with all their guys, giving them longer deals so they get a lot of money, but it's like you're going to have to stay here longer.
Well, you got to keep in mind, it wasn't just him that won those 2 Stanley Cups. It was the defense in front of him. They played really stout defensively and made his job easier.
He was great, Roy. He was great in the playoffs.
Yeah, but Bill Zito was actually thinking about that as well. And his save percentage was in the high 800s. That's terrible.
By the way, Juju, put it on the poll, please. Are you born with that lev? Yes or no? So we'll see what happens there with Bobrovsky. The NHL draft is this weekend. Is Friday? Thursday? Friday? Friday. Okay. The NHL draft is Friday, so maybe we'll wind up getting a little bit more clarity on what's going on there. I ultimately believe that Bobrovsky will be back.
I hope so.
I think they're going to wind up figuring that situation out. I think that's probably the plan. Speaking of an all-time great Florida Panther who will have his jersey retired. By the way, isn't that incredible? The Panthers have 1 player jersey retired. It's Roberto Luongo, the number 1. You also have Bill Torrey's name is up there, which with I think maybe the number 93.
Yeah, 93.
For the first year. And Huizinga's up there too. What number is it?
I don't remember what number.
Anyway, it doesn't matter. But only 1 player is up there. There's so many players on this current team whose numbers are going to be up in the rafters one day. It's pretty amazing.
Hello, listeners. I know you know this, but the Cup, yeah, it's taken over the U.S., and only DraftKings Sports has you fully covered. The DraftKings Sports app is now available in all 50 states, giving you access to every market and keeping you in on the excitement at the speed of sports. Sweat all the matches you love, all in one place with one app. New DraftKings customers sign up with code DAN, spend $5, and get $200 in rewards within 21 days. That's code DAN. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours.
Bet with DK Sportsbook. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 1-800-MY-RESET. New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY. Connecticut, call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino in Kansas, that text pass-through may apply in Illinois. 21 and over. Void in Ontario. Event contract trading with DraftKings predictions involves risk of loss. Sportsbook bonus bets expire in 7 days. $50 in predictions dollars issued weekly for 3 weeks expire in 1 year. Redeem one non-withdrawable reward. Availability varies. Predictions offer void in New York. Ends June 28. Terms at dkng.co/audio.
Where is Daredevil? Oh my God. Don't miss the return of Marvel Television's Daredevil Born Again.
So what's next?
I feel liberated. We're gonna take this city back. Over medicated. In in an all-new season, now streaming only on Disney+.
They're hunting us. It's time we started hunting them.
I can work with that.
This should be tons of fun.
Marvel Television's Daredevil, Born Again, now streaming only on Disney+.
I get so many headaches every month.
It could be chronic migraine, 15 or more headache days a month, each lasting 4 hours or more.
Botox, onabotulinum toxin A, prevents headaches in adults with chronic migraine. It's not for those who have 14 or fewer headache days a month. Prescription Botox is injected by your doctor. Effects of Botox may spread hours to weeks after injection, causing serious symptoms. Alert your doctor right away, as difficulty swallowing, speaking, breathing, eye problems, or muscle weakness can be signs of a life-threatening condition. Patients with these conditions before injection are at highest risk. Side effects may include allergic reactions, neck and injection site pain, fatigue, and headache. Allergic reactions can include rash, welts, asthma symptoms, and dizziness. Don't receive Botox if there's a skin infection. Tell your doctor your medical history, muscle or nerve conditions, including ALS, Lou Gehrig's disease, myasthenia gravis, or Lambert-Eaton syndrome, and medications, including botulinum toxins, as these may increase the risk of serious side effects.
Why wait? Ask your doctor. Visit BotoxChronicMigraine.com or call 1-800-44-BOTOX to learn more.
Dan Levitar.
The Packers win or the Bears lose?
Jonathan Zaslow.
Didn't you want to know how that? What were the kids doing?
This is the Dan Levitar Show.
I want to talk about something that's been bothering me over the last 24 hours, Dominique.
Okay.
So, really, really great times for the Miami Heat fan now, since they've acquired a superstar player. The games are super relevant again. It's going to be one of those cases now where when the NBA schedule comes out in a couple months, a lot of national TV games again. Like, the Heat are going to be super relevant. It's going to be really fun. But I want to spend a couple minutes here talking about Tyler Herro, because this is a player who the fan base has been really hard on for a few years now, and that's fine, all right? It is what it is, but this is a player who every offseason, probably for 4 or 5 in a row. Really, I think the first one was with Russell Westbrook, when Westbrook was available, which, man, was like 6 years ago. Every offseason, Tyler Herro's name is mentioned, and he's being offered up in trades for star players. And what does this guy do? Never complained. Got better every year. You know, Jimmy Butler, when Pat Riley did the press conference at the end of the season, his State of the Union, remember the one where he called out Jimmy Butler? I think you need to shut up if you didn't play. You know, when Jimmy was taunting Boston, he's like, and Pat told him, if you don't play, you can't talk. And that was essentially like the beginning of the end, you know, and Jimmy didn't take kindly to that. Well, in that same press conference, Pat Riley called out Tyler Herro. You got to be better. You got to be healthy. You got to this. You got to that. And what does Tyler Herro do every offseason? He puts his head down and he gets to work. He works harder and he comes back a better player. And he never, ever, ever complained. And for a guy who got a lot of crap from fans because he wasn't what you wanted him to be, he was here for 7 years. That's it's a lot longer than LeBron, all right? It's longer than Tim Hardaway was here for. It's longer than Goran Dragic was here for. It's probably the same amount of time Chris Bosh was here for. Tyler Herro was here for a long time.
So it sounds like Tyler Herro is being treated kind of like an also-ran, like, Heat player. And you're saying
like
that,
good riddance.
Yeah, kind of. And you're saying that he should be elevated and appreciated for the contributions that he made. Should we figure out where he ranks in this? Because obviously he was not like the best player on a title team. So he wasn't on a title team. So I think that puts him below a lot of those guys who were starters on a title team. Where should he be in the pantheon of like Heat players? Who's a comp that he's not getting the respect that he deserves?
If we're talking about an all-time Miami Heat team, he'd be a bench player. He'd come off the bench for an all-time Miami Heat team.
So what was he, though? He was, their third best player on a team that lost in the finals?
Well, in his rookie year, fourth best. You know, Jimmy, Bam, Goran Dragic, Herro. In 2023, he was hurt. He didn't play in that finals, you know?
How do you calculate what he helped you get into his value to the team?
It's important.
So the fact that he helped land you Giannis, does that ultimately raise him up?
It should.
So we have to figure out where he lands on this and
Kinda
how
like
to
what we did with Lamar Odom till we got Shaq.
Mm-hmm. I mean, we loved Lamar Odom anyway in that 1 year, but yes, Lamar Odom should always be thought super highly because if he didn't have as great a year as he did, he wouldn't have been able to be the centerpiece of a deal for Shaquille O'Neal. And if Tyler Herro wasn't as good as he's been for the Heat, he wouldn't have been able to be one of the main pieces for Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Find it interesting, an all-time Miami Heat team, 12 players, going by position. Tyler Herro's deep on that bench.
Yeah, I think so.
I've got the starting 5 here. I want to see what you think. Timmy at the 1, Wade at the 2, LeBron at the 3, Bosh at the 4, Shaq at the 5.
Yeah,
that's a good lineup.
That's exactly it.
Hey, that's a good lineup.
That team, they'll win you some playoff games.
Zoe, first guy off the bench?
Off the bench, you got Zoe, you got Jimmy,
UD,
you got Goran Dragic, you got Bam, and you got Tyler Herro mixed in somewhere there, you know?
I mean, UD's got to start. I don't know what you guys are doing here.
Over
UD's got to
Bosh?
start. No, it's not. At this point, it's not only about talent. I'm saying that it's about what you've meant to the team. He's got to start. I don't know who he starts over. UD's got to start. You're not bringing UD off the bench. Like, he is the Miami Heat. What are we
literally
talking about?
all they did for his final 8 years.
Fair point.
Can I tell you, the UD stuff that Dominique is talking about there is something I'm really excited about Bobby Portis being on this team for the next couple of years. Because what was my biggest beef when the Heat season ended this year? I mean, it ends in the play-in game to the Charlotte Hornets. What an embarrassment. Bam Adebayo gets taken out by LaMelo Ball. I was very upset about this. LaMelo Ball takes him out. Bam has to leave the game. They lose the game. You had a player for the other team who makes a dirty play, taking out not only your captain, but he's your best player. And what was the Heat's reaction? Nothing. They did nothing. What happened to the team I love? How can your best player, who's also your captain, get taken out by the other team and you don't do anything about it? Well, first of all, Giannis in and of himself is a pretty tough player, all right? But Bobby Portis is a legit tough guy. And this Heat team has been missing that for a couple of years. So that right there, that element of, hey, we need to get back to being a tough team. I really like that part of the trade.
G-Money or Tyler Herro?
Glenn Rice for people that
Glenn played here 6 years. Tyler played 7. Glenn was never an all-star with the Heat.
This is so hard for you.
It's very hard because not only is he my childhood hero, but he's also my friend, okay?
Just for the people at home. So we've got Zoe, Jimmy, Bam, UD off the bench.
Right.
So we're trying to fill up the last 3 spots.
We're trying to make a roster that can compete for championships.
Do you take G-Money or do you take Tyler Herro?
I take Glenn Rice. He's bigger, stronger.
I feel like I'm looking at like the Heat.
He can defend a little bit. Not a great defender, but defend a little bit.
The Heat Big 3 championship rosters, I feel like I'm taking Shane Battier.
Wow.
I might take Mario
You're trying
Chalmers.
to fill roles.
I'm just saying, in a big spot. We do need a back.
But not Mike Bibby.
I know this was supposed to be I love Tyler Herro segment, and I do appreciate Tyler Herro. I agree with you, but I just don't know if he makes this.
It's
top
tough
12.
to call this a Tyler Herro appreciation
When
segment.
you're finding ways to keep him off the team.
He's not finding a role.
Which is exactly what I'm fighting against here.
There's a chance that you guys could replace Tyler Herro with a very similar Tyler from Vanderbilt named Tyler Nichols. Like, that's, people believe it's, and I don't know if anybody.
Was he selected last night? No.
No, I don't think so. I don't know if anybody knows him from the tournament, but he's a Tyler who gives off Tyler Herro vibes. If you know what I'm saying.
I know exactly what you're putting. I'm picking up what you're putting down because I've been told the exact same thing.
If y'all get that Tyler, then that's going to bury Tyler Herro even more because he doesn't even have the distinction of being a little saucy for a Tyler.
Well, the Heat do have a pick tonight. The Heat are back in the game tonight. Picking number 41. Shout out Glenn Rice. That's a good number. That's a lucky number. But
they had a pick last night, which they put their hat on a guy.
My son said to me, he saw the Heat graphic come up. I'm watching my 14-year-old. He saw the Heat graphic come on. He goes, I thought the Heat traded that pick. And I was like, so now I got to get into the minutia with him, you know? I'm like, yeah, but the trade doesn't become official until the league year, and that's July 6th. So it's going to say the Heat logo, and he's going to put on the stupid Heat hat, but we know it's for Milwaukee. And my son's like, well, why do they do it like that? And I'm like, I know, it's dumb. We all know that it's Milwaukee, but they're going to put up the Heat logo, and they're going to pretend that the Heat are drafting him. And then my son goes, well, what if the Heat take a different player than Milwaukee wants?
That's what they should. That was my idea.
And I'm like,
hey, that's my gimmick.
I said, that's
14-year-old idea.
That's not going to happen. Right. You should be proud. You should be proud. I'm like, that's not going to happen.
I thought it was a 17-year-old.
That's not the way it works, He goes, because this is the trade. Like, if the Heat don't pick who Milwaukee wants, then the trade's going to fall apart. And now my son's getting worried. And he's worried because he realizes, the trade's not official. But I'm really excited that they're getting Giannis. Are you, like, I could see the wheels moving in his head. Are you telling me that there is a even the slimmest of possibilities that maybe this trade doesn't actually happen because it's not official yet?
I have the same question. Can you answer it?
We make a big deal about how this is dumb, they should do the other hat. But the actual dumb part about it is that the league year starts after the draft.
I don't get it.
Like in the NFL, the draft is like the first major thing of the next league year. In the NFL,
let's change some dates.
The NFL,
it's not that complicated.
The league year
so not complicated.
It ends. The league year ends before the draft because obviously the draft is about next year. It's the first step for next year. Having the draft at the end of last year makes little to no sense.
And then after the Heat make the pick for the guy that puts on the Heat hat, even though he's clearly going to Milwaukee, the next pick, he walks out for the next pick and he's like, I have to announce a trade. And I'm like, oh man, is there another trade? And he just announces the trade that we all know.
Adam Silver.
Yeah, it's just like, thanks, Adam.
Well,
now we're all aware.
Okay, so how about this? So then yesterday, shortly after that, the Miami Heat Twitter account, tweets out, and they never, like, you're not going to get anyone from the Heat confirmed that they have Giannis. No, right. You could water torture. They will not tell you that they traded for Giannis because until July 6th, they don't have Giannis. And the Heat tweeted out last night, as part of a deal to be finalized later, the Miami Heat is trading to the Milwaukee Bucks the draft rights to Nate Ament, the 13th pick in the NBA draft.
Good player.
And I'm like, wow, that's exciting. I wonder what the rest of the details are. What else are you going to get? This is fun.
I think if you water tortured them, you probably would get them to admit that they traded for Giannis.
I don't think so.
I don't know. I'm thinking you might be, as they're gasping for air, and all you want is them to say, yeah, we got a deal on the books for Giannis. I think somebody might be like, you got me. Please, lead off me. We're getting Giannis.
Can you imagine one of the players not passing the physical?
Oh.
And now the trade's getting voided that way?
You don't start this. You don't start this.
That does happen. But we all know, and Dominique can speak to this, passing the physical is up to the team. Yeah. Like, the guy could show up with a broken leg. Like, oh, you pass.
But if something were to happen, some crazy hypothetical, the Heat would then just be stuck with the guy they took last night?
Oh, that's a good question. Yeah, I think so.
I mean, you guys act as if the Heat getting screwed in a deal is something that hasn't happened with information that they found out later. Like, it's a fresh wound. Like, you guys remember not too long ago you made a deal for a guy that you didn't even want and then find out that he did some things that you can't really appreciate and you're in trouble. So I'm saying we just saw it happen with the Ravens. This has been kind of an insane year for sports. Lots of crazy things are happening. USA's going to win the World Cup.
What are we doing?
I'm just saying.
What are we doing?
I'm just saying.
You know that the power of this show's jinx has. Roy single-handedly lost the Canes a national championship.
I did not.
What he said about Carson Beck.
That was Carson
okay, and
Beck's
now we're
fault.
going to start putting in the atmosphere that the trade's going to be rescinded because of a physical, because of this, because of that. Can you guys shut it? And by the way, the streets were talking yesterday. They did not appreciate the local hour yesterday.
What did we do?
The streets were talking. They said Dan poo-pooed the trade. Why was Dominique talking about the trade and all the bad things that happened? We didn't like that. So the streets told me that.
Wow.
So I'm just telling you that.
What's my name on the street?
You're Zaz, you were good.
Okay.
Because you were next to me. And we were trying to do the right thing, which was be excited about Giannis and about the trade. And then everybody was taking a shit all over it, including Dan Le Batard.
So we don't like the truth around here?
He's most likely to get hurt. How could you know that?
What is that?
What the hell kind of information is that?
A top 50 player. How about a 50-point game in a closeout game in the finals? How about that?
So we gave out the proper appreciation, I think, to Tyler Herro.
Yeah. Thank you, Tyler.
I think we're good.
You're our hero.
You take him Gary Payton or Tyler?
Yeah. Bruce Bowen?
Sergei Bobrovsky.
This episode is brought to you by Google Chrome. You think you know a browser, but Gemini and Chrome? That's new. It can help you with practically anything on the web, like restoring a vintage motorcycle from a 50-page restoration blog, or finally break down that long article you've had open for weeks. Gemini and Chrome is here for it. Ready to make anything online make sense? There's no place like Chrome. Check responses, setup required, compatibility and availability varies, 18+.